I thank the new sunrise for strengthening my energy. Rise and shine.
This is Naira's art production. Welcome to Nature by Naira's art.
I call upon the elements of earth, water, fire, and air, and all my protective soul spirits for help and protection. Ashe.
Sculpture in ancient Kemet dates back to the beginning of the ancient Kemetic First Civilization, around 3000 BC, during what historians call the early dynastic period of Egypt, which was known as Ancient Kemet before the country was conquered by the Arabs, who added their own name to it. This tradition developed along the fertile banks of the Nile, the cultural and economic heart of Egypt. Early sculptures were closely connected with religion, spirituality, and burial rituals. The people of ancient Kemet believed in an afterlife and therefore created statues of gods, pharaohs, and officials as eternal representations of the soul, the Ka, which is now expressed in the Surinamese language as Kra, and still has the same meaning. The word Ka is now used as a swear word in the Surinamese language. But it is truly an insult to your soul in the context in which the word is intended today. These statues were typically placed in tombs and temples. The art form became highly refined during the Old Kingdom of Kemet, also known as the Age of the Pyramids. During this period, iconic, large-scale sculptures emerged, such as those associated with the pyramids on the Giza Plateau. A famous example is the Great Sphinx of Giza, sculpted around 2500 BC. In short, Kemetian sculpture originated. It is a divine gift descended from the wealthy royal families of ancient Kemet. Around 3000, during the flourishing period of the Old Kingdom, the style remained remarkably consistent for thousands of years, emphasizing order, balance, and idealized human forms, coupled with religious beliefs. Sculpture in ancient Kemet, Egypt, was inextricably linked to profound spiritual forces, religious beliefs, and magical rituals. Statues were not primarily created as decorative art, but functioned as magical carriers for the soul and as a link between the earthly world and the divine. The most important spiritual aspects of Egyptian sculpture are the housing for the soul, Ka. The Egyptians believed that a statue could house the Ka, life force or soul, of a deceased person, especially if the mummified body became damaged. Sculptors created substitute bodies to guarantee the immortality of the spirit. The mouth-opening ritual. A statue was not immediately alive once it was sculpted. Priests performed the so-called mouth-opening ritual, in which the statue was magically activated. Only then could the statue breathe, see, and receive offerings. Magical power and divinity. Sculptures of gods or pharaohs were considered embodiments of those forces. They served to maintain the Ma'at, divine order, and ward off evil. Ideal form in the afterlife. In contrast to the realistic depiction of daily life, statues in tombs often showed the deceased in an eternal, ideal youthful state, free from defects, in order to ensure a perfect life in the afterlife. Function over aesthetics. Artists were seen as craftsmen, himao, who worked according to strict rules to ensure spiritual effectiveness. It is a divine gift carried from previous lives. The Greeks and Romans learned the beautiful techniques of sculpture from ancient Kemet. It is not without reason that many works of art were stolen from Africa, where ancient Kemet was separated from the African continent on the map as part of Africa. A beautiful piece of history where the first inhabitants of the earth existed and civilization already existed had to be destroyed, stolen, and rewritten first, before our Afro brothers and sisters could be abducted and forced to work as slaves. After 400 years of abuse and resilience, the erasure of their name and history could be rewritten and falsified into what it is today. They thought they could erase our history by beating it out of us for 400 years so that they could enslave the rest of the world and view Africa as nothing and impoverished. While they took one of the most beautiful parts of our history and appropriated it as their property and history. Africa is poor, yet we keep stealing from it and designating him as subservient. The same mentality still lives on today. People who cannot stand that another possesses something they do not possess are often inclined to steal or destroy it, or to accuse the other of something demonic. While it is precisely the demons of envy who live on, it can end badly if you want to steal something but cannot provide the soul with shelter for your stolen offerings.